Scareds. Now we are looking at the front grille of this 2020 Lexus IS. I'm tracing the emblem very carefully.
The front corner feels dusty and still sharp, and I want to follow every seam before we open anything. The mirror surface is smooth and the seal is gritty, so I am checking only this outer line right now. The rear handle pocket holds the finest dust, so I am checking it slowly before moving inside. Horns. A transcription is an ASMR female whisper, characterized by soft, breathy, slow, and intimate. There is a small parking receipt here in the door pocket, lightly curled and dry, the kind of thing that slips down and stays hidden. We are looking at the driver's sill trim and the hinge area. Now moving to the rubber seals and the weather stripping around the latch. This narrow rail area traps lint and grit, and I want to clear it without missing anything small. The front mat is holding tiny debris and soft dust, so I am lifting the edges very gently.
Okay, looking closely now at the center tunnel here, tracing this plastic seam right next to the red leather.
This charging cable is lightly twisted and dusty, but it still feels clean at the connector ends.
Okay, let's look closely at the instrument cluster hood. I'm gently tracing the seam here on the red leather. Now moving to the steering column trim, everything seems intact.
The vent fins are dry and cool, and the shelf lip holds a fine line of dust that makes every touch sound delicate. There is a small wireless earbuds case here, smooth, matte, and lightly powdered with dust from the tray. The armrest top feels dry and slightly textured, and the seam sounds softer as the lid rises. The passenger side feels deeper in color because of the red interior, but the darker carpet still hides the smaller details. Now we're reaching into the passenger side door pocket. Feeling around the bottle recess, I'm finding some folded papers here. These insurance papers are folded tight, a little stiff from the dry air, and dusty mostly along the outer corners. The glove box lining is smooth and quiet, and the stacked papers shift with a soft, dry scrape. This visor slot is shallow, but thin items can still stay here unnoticed for a long time. The underside here is narrow and shadowed, and the smallest pieces collect right at the trim brake. There is a compact OBD adapter here, tucked beside the rail, with squared edges and a thin layer of grit on the top. This side pocket is narrow and shallow, but it still sounds hollow enough to deserve a slow check. Inspecting the seat cap of this Lexus, the red leather is still quite soft here. Now lifting the black. The carpet under the mat is darker, softer, and packed with fine dust from repeated use. rear seat looks cleaner at first glance, but the lower spaces are always where the hidden details stay. This buckle gap is tight and deep, and the seat crease beside it can hide very small things. This is the red leather interior of the Lexus. I'm tracing the boundary of the black. This little notebook has a dry cover, squared corners, and pages that barely separate with the glove.
Let's look at the rear seat back pocket now. Red leather. Very carefully sliding my fingers inside. Now checking the lower.
There is a membership card deep in this center recess, flat, clean-edged, and almost invisible against the shadow. The right seat seam narrows sharply, so anything flat here can disappear beneath the fold.
We are opening the rear right door of the Lexus, now moving to the door pocket inspection, sweeping the black carpet and checking the trim.
This floor area sounds softer because the mat is thicker here, but the rail edge still catches the sharper grit. A small USB flash drive is tucked in the left recess, hard-edged, cool to the touch. The cargo opening is quiet, and the lower floor feels rougher than the cabin mats. There is a warning triangle pouch under this floor layer, fabric covered, flat, and coated with a soft, dusty film.
The lower cargo lid feels denser than the mat above it, and the compartment underneath sounds much deeper.
This premium sunglasses case is smooth and rigid, with a fine, dusty line settled into the hinge side.
Examining the underfloor cable channel now, moving to the side cubby, the black carpeting and the red leather dashboard appear undamaged.
There is a single key hidden in the inner trunk cavity, small, metallic, and cold against the plastic trim.
Now I am back at the front, and I am checking only the hidden margins beneath the hood edge and latch area. These technical recesses are narrow and dusty, and I want to finish them slowly without leaving this front area. The rear seams are quiet now, and this final pass helps confirm that nothing obvious was left behind.
We finished a calm full inspection of this exact red 2020 Lexus IS, and every visible area we opened has now been checked carefully.